welcome back to my channel. This is Jana on SillyT1D, and this is episode number 2. Um, Today I'm talking about the diabetic toolbox. I'm so cool. Anyways, I'm basically gonna be talking about different things that diabetics use, so you won't be confused and ask really dumb questions to diabetics. So I'll be talking about CGMs. I'll be talking about um pumps, pins, and other little not accessories but necessities for diabetics. And before we get started, blood sugar check. I am 176. Okay, so first off we have CGMs, which means continuous glucose monitors, and mine is a Dexcom. There are different kinds. There's Dexcom and there's a Freestyle Libre, and I really want to say that's it, but there might be other ones. Look into that. But I have a Dexcom G7, and I basically just told you what it does. It continuously monitors my blood sugar, so I don't have to prick my finger. I will also get to that. The Freestyle Libre does the same thing. They really just keep track of your blood sugar all day. So you don't have to like get scars on your fingers from pricking your finger all the time to know when you're like what your blood sugar is, or checking it if you feel low or if you feel high, things like that. Another thing that we use, some of us use, is a pump. Now, 9 times out of 10, you've seen a pump. Please don't think that it's some kind of like weird miniature device. I don't know what you might think it is. I've heard many different things about a pump, but what a pump does is it continuously gives your body insulin because your body cannot produce it. Both kinds of diabetics can have a pump, but it's more common that a type 1 diabetic will have a pump over a type 2. If you don't know the difference, please check out my first video. I explained it. But a pump, there's multiple different kinds, will give your body insulin continuously, and when you eat, I will talk about nutrition facts in a different video. You read how many carbs are in something, you eat, and give insulin, or you can give insulin before you eat. Your way, it depends. Another thing that diabetics use are pens. I use insulin pens. I ignore the background. Anyways, I use insulin pens. I take Lantus. I'll put a picture on the screen, and I take Novolog. I'll also put a picture on the screen. Future editor me. Yeah. Those you have to give yourself. And there are pen needles that you use to take the insulin with. So it's not just like the pen just automatically has a needle. I have to use pen needles, which is like little cap looking things that you put on the pen. I'll put a picture. Now some diabetics have to use injections, which are like actual syringes and vials, but that's kind of like if you don't have enough in your pen or pump, here one. I'm talking about all the diabetic supplies, and I will like get more into depth after I get through my list. Something else, you probably won't see this as commonly, but there are like snacks and stuff. I'll get into the snacks, but I'm gonna actually like do all the medical stuff first. You will probably see diabetics with like, I carry around I carry around a meter. I call it a meter, but I prick my finger manually and I put my blood into a meter and it tells me what my blood sugar is. So basically the CGM but manually. Um that's like only if you need to really double check what your Dexcom or whatever you have is saying, because it could be reading a number and you don't feel that number, so you check it, which is what that is. And there's little devices in that, and I'll like list what's included in that on the screen. I'm really trying to think because there's so much stuff that diabetics use. There's a bunch of other like little care things like ketone strips. I'll get more into depth about what depth, not death, depth. Hello. I'll get more into depth about ketones probably in a different video. Cuz that's just a whole thing by itself. But you use those to check if you have ketones. A little tidbit about it is like you have too much sugar in your blood, so you have to test to see if that's what that is, because you could go into DKA, which is diabetic ketoacidosis, which basically means a diabetic coma. There you go. Oh dear. Yeah, that'll be a video by itself. I really think that's a lot of stuff you'll see more commonly, 9 times out of 10. And then the snacks portions of it, I told you to come back. So, okay. This is probably less common, but we have something called glucose tabs. And glucose tabs are like, think about a gigantic Smartie, like about the size of a quarter. That's a glucose tab. I really don't like glucose. I hate glucose tabs. Another thing we normally snack on if our sugar is low is like peanut butter crackers or cheese crackers. Oh, I love me some cheese crackers. Oh, I love cheese crackers. I want some. I gotta hit up Walmart. Trying to think. Glucose tabs and crackers are really like a big thing. Or like if you have like candy, obviously. If your blood sugar's low blood sugar snacks. You will probably see that a lot more than like snacks when your blood sugar's high, because you can't really snack when your blood sugar's high, but I mean, hey. Um bro. Anyways, so glucose tabs, crackers, candy, juices. Juices are very important because they will get your blood sugar up faster than food will. So liquid sugar moves quicker in the body. Sorry. Moves quicker in the body than food will, because your body has to break that down a lot longer than a liquid. So there's that. Oh my gosh. Guys, my house. Ugh. It's always when I record, they just want to be loud. Tears. Um, I really want to say that's all you'd see in like a diabetic toolbox. Like my friends always mess with me because I have a lot of food in my lunchbox, and they're like, "Bro, what are you carrying in there? A buffet?" I was like, "Yep, that's exactly what I got in my lunchbox." Oh my gosh, my voice cracks. Um, but when I'm at school, I use my lunchbox to like put some of my diabetic stuff in there and just snacks in general, obviously, because I like to eat. I'm a biggie. I am proud. I'm a proud big bag. Anyways. um but yeah, 9 times out of 10, that's what you're gonna see. So, recapping, CGMs, continuous glucose monitors. And then the other way around, I don't I think it's like I don't remember, but I know it's a meter. I just say glucose meter. Um, so CGM, and then glucose meter, and then pumps or insulin pens, and then snacks. There are other things I did mention, but those are 9 times out of 10 the main things you'll see when you see a diabetic person. Um, so to top things off, educate yourself. That is going to be the number one thing I say in like all of my videos. Educate yourself. It is always important to know what's going on with somebody that has a certain disease so you can help them and not just panic if something goes wrong. Remember that we're people, guys. We just don't have working pancreases. I really hate that. I miss eating freely. I'm just complaining because I have to take insulin sometimes. There's that. I know this is kind of like, don't take this in offense, but please don't ask stupid questions. Like, if you know that this person has diabetes, like if it's a joke, go for it. But like if you're like genuinely just like you see somebody with a Dexcom or something, you're like, "Can I take it off?" Don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't. We kind of need that. We kind of need that. Like I've heard a lot of stories where people like in school where like teachers made them take off their pump and stuff. That's their life in a machine. So like don't kill us, please. I'd like to make it to college. Please. Anyways, um guys, I need to go back to bed. Anyways, how many times am I gonna say anyways? I need sleep. Yeah, just if it's a genuine question, then it's okay. But like if you know, why would you do that? You mean making diabetics mad and stuff? Like, bro, what? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's all I got. Just don't take anything off of a diabetic person, please. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna need what they're holding or what's on their body. Anyways, I hope that's common sense, but okay. Anyways, oh my gosh, stop saying anyways. Sleep. I need it. I almost did it. Guys. Tears. Anywho, there we go. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you have a good rest of your day, a good rest of the week. Is it Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday. I could be wrong. No, it's a Tuesday. What am I on about? Anywho, enjoy the summer. Educate yourself about diabetes. Yeah. And that's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. Yeah. Bye guys. Peace out.
Run to me,